Hi, yogis, empaths, and light workers. My name is Liz, and I am a teacher of the Crystal Gray Yoga Method. And have you ever had a day, or maybe a week, where you feel like you have been pulled in 100 different directions and your brain is scattered and you just feel fried? This short little flow will help you slow down, catch your breath, and get grounded so you can pull all of those pieces back together and calm down. So, you will definitely need two blocks today. You may want a pillow, blanket, bolster, anything you might need to get comfortable in seated positions or when we come into Shavasana at the end of practice. So, let's grab your two blocks and we're going to get started. You're actually going to start in a kneeling position, Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose, where you sit your bottom back onto your heels. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, and it can be for a lot of people, grab your blocks. Take your feet out a little bit wider and place your two blocks in between your feet. Bring your feet together towards the blocks and sink your hips back down and have your bum resting on your blocks. And this is quite comfortable, so I'm just going to stay sitting on the blocks. And from here, let's start to come into our breath. And the breath is one of the most important things I want you to focus on during this practice. And also, anywhere your body is touching the ground, pay attention to it, notice it. Make sure you feel that the earth is there to support you, because it is. Also, when your hands are on your body, that is also a very good grounding technique. So we'll utilize that as well. So go ahead and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If not, you can leave them open. And let's just start to come into our breath and just take some notice of it. So inhaling in through your nose and out through your nose. Just your natural breathing rhythm. But start to notice if you're breathing fast or slow. If you're breathing deep or shallow. Just notice it, observe, don't try to change anything. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere. In your forehead, that little space between your eyebrows that we all like to crinkle up, let that relax. Let your jaw relax. Your neck and your shoulders, feel them soften. And just breathe here slowly, slowing down, getting connected, taking a step back. One more breath here. Go ahead and open your eyes if they were closed. Lift yourself up off the blocks, but keep them handy because you're going to need them later. Put your hands on the mat and then slowly bring yourself kind of up to standing, but keep your knees bent. And slowly walk yourself with bent knees, kind of crawling, up to the front of your mat. When you get there, inhale, halfway lift, back straight, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold, keeping your knees nice and bent. Let your head hang. Then go ahead and grab opposite elbows with your hands, coming into ragdoll. Definitely keeping your knees bent, your chest and your belly rest on your thighs. Let your neck relax. Shake your head out yes and no. Really feel your spine just pouring down, letting any tension go with it. Just breathe here. You can move a little from side to side if that feels good, or you can just find stillness. Whatever works for you. Go ahead and release your hands down. And now I want you to slowly Roll up your spine, vertebra by vertebra, stacking one on top of the other, taking your time, moving slowly all the way up to standing. Roll your shoulders back and down. Give yourself a second. Forward folds can make you dizzy when you come up, so take your time. And from here, we're going to come and find our Tadasana, mountain pose. This is a very grounding pose. So lift your toes, fan them out, and feather your toes down into the mat, really gripping the mat, feeling the earth underneath your toes and your feet. Move a little from side to side, finding all four corners of your feet, and then come into stillness and feel the earth, feel that grounding. Your thighs, your quads will be slightly engaged. Your pelvis is neutral, pointed forward. You're not sticking your booty out or tucking it under. Nice and neutral. Your chest is lifted. Your spine is long. Shoulders are rolled away from your ears. Hands are hanging by your side, palms facing in. Chin is parallel to the earth, and you find your drishti, your gaze point. Take a nice breath in here through your nose, filling up with air. Exhale, release it all out. On an inhale, raise your arms out to the side, overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist, coming down with a nice flat spine, head and hands hang. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms and step your right foot back. Lower your right knee to the mat and slowly walk yourself up, keeping your hands on your left thigh. Now you want your left knee directly on top of your left ankle. You want your pelvis squared towards the front of the mat, and you want to keep your hands on your thighs, because that's a really good grounding technique to have your hands on your body. And we're trying to get nice and grounded here. So just breathe. You can walk your left foot forward a little bit if you need to sink a little lower, but you don't really want to dump way down into your lower back like that. That's not good. Keep your chest lifted. And breathe. And smile. One more breath here. Now grab your two blocks, take them on either side of your front foot, and we're going to come into half splits. So you want to start to pull your hips back to where your hips are over your knee. You might want to walk your left foot out forward just a little bit. Your foot is going to be flexed, your toes pointing up. Keep a bend in your left knee and lengthen your spine and begin to sink down to where you feel sensation, pulling back on your left heel like you're trying to drag it to the back of the mat to keep your hips nice and squared. You want your spine to remain long, tuck your chin, and breathe here. Really focus on your breath. Half splits it could be a very intense pose, so the more you focus on your breathing, the better it will feel. Breathing here. And it's not about how deep and how far down you can go. It's about the sensation in your hamstring and connecting to your breath. Lift yourself up about halfway, and we're going to take our right hand to the outside of the left leg. And we're going to turn slightly towards the left and fold in. And this time we're really stretching our IT band, which is the outer portion of your upper thigh. And this is another one that can be quite intense, but I really want you to focus on your breath. Again, it's not about how far down you go. It's about the sensation. Keep pulling back on your left hip, keeping a nice stretch in your hamstring. and breathe. Lift yourself back up. Walk your hands over with your blocks to either side of your front foot again. Bend into your left knee. Lift your right knee off the mat and step yourself forward. Coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold, and we're going to step back now with our left leg. Bring your left knee to the mat. Slowly walk yourself up, coming into kneeling warrior. Keeping your hands on your thigh. Right knee directly on top of your right ankle. Hips nice and squared. Pelvis is neutral towards the front of your mat. Chest is lifted. And breathe here. Feeling the earth underneath you. Slowing down. One more breath. Grab your blocks. Place them on either side of your right foot. Coming into half splits on this side. So pull your hips back to where your bottom is over your knee. Walk your right foot forward just a little bit further, keeping your knee bent. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold in. Keeping your right foot really flexed, pulling back on your right heel like you're dragging it back just to keep your hips squared. Spine is nice and long, chin is tucked, and breathe here. Really focusing on your breath. Focus on where you feel the sensation. I like to imagine that my breath is massaging the area that feels the most sensation. Lift yourself up slightly. Then we're going to take the IT band stretch on this side. So take your left hand, bring it over to the outside of your right leg. Again, you don't have to go deep. This can be perfectly fine. This is a great place to stay because I know you can feel it all through your right IT band. You can sink a little lower. Only go to where you feel sensation. Again, it's not about achieving depth. Just breathe. And smile. Bring your blocks back around to the front of your right foot. Bend into your right knee. Lift your back knee off the mat and step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms up, out, overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, release your hands by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a big breath in and release it out your mouth. Inhale, arms come up, overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hinge forward, nice flat back coming down, forward fold, head and hands hang. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, plant your palms and step back into downward facing dog. Now this is our first downward facing dog, so let's make sure that the alignment here is good. Your fingertips are pointing forward. Your knuckles are ground firmly into the mat. Your shoulders are wrapped, which means your armpits are closed. Nice straight line from fingertips all the way up to your tailbone. Straighten out your legs, bringing your heels down towards the earth. They do not have to touch the earth. Take a couple of nice breaths here. Really feel the earth underneath your hands, under your feet. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see what we're doing, but you stay right where you are. From down dog, bring your right knee into your chest and then take your right knee to the outside of your right wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Walk your left foot back to where your pelvis is squared towards the front. Now, grab a block. In case you're feeling a little wobbly, grab this block and take it and stick it right underneath your bottom and level your hips out. What I don't want you to do is grab your foot and try to make your leg 90 degrees to the front of the mat. It's not necessary. It doesn't make you a better yogi. It's just going to injure your knee. You'll see that my foot, my heel is very close to my hip. It usually always is, and it's okay. So from here, relax into your pigeon, and you can begin to slowly walk forward. This is a beautiful place to stay. You can stay right here. If you want to come down a little lower, grab a block. Place your forearms on the block. Stay here. Or you can move the block away altogether, come down onto your forearms, and breathe. Relax your neck. Breathe into any sensation that you're feeling. Feel the earth underneath you. Feel the earth under your hands, under your forearms, where your hips and your legs are touching the mat. Just feel it there to support you. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhale. Slowly walk yourself back up. Tuck your back toes under. Lift yourself up. Take your right leg back, coming into downward facing dog. Walk your dog out, bending into your left knee, right knee. And then we're going to take it onto the other side. So bring your left knee in towards your chest, then take your left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Walk your right foot back to where your hips are squared towards the front of the mat. Again, if you're feeling unstable, grab a block, stick it underneath your bottom. Get settled in here. Breathe and smile. And slowly begin to walk yourself down. Again, staying right here is a great place to stay. Again, you can come down onto a block onto your forearms or take your forearms down to the mat. And breathe. Relaxing your forehead, relax your gaze. Again, feeling everything that your body is touching. Feel the earth. Your hands and your forearms. Feel all of that grounding energy. One more breath. Slowly begin to walk yourself back up. Plant your palms. Tuck your back right toes. Lift your knee and step back into your downward facing dog. I'm going to turn back around. Take a nice breath in here and exhale out your mouth. Slowly begin to walk your feet forward, only coming about halfway up your mat. Then come down and have a seat. Scoot yourself forward. Oh, actually, we're going to straighten out. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana or seated forward fold. So you may want to have your blocks and have them under your bottom if it's not comfortable for you to sit directly on the mat, or you can grab a pillow, a bolster, a blanket, anything you need to make you comfortable. So your legs are out straight in front of you, feet are flexed, toes are pointing up towards the sky, knees are bent. Move the flesh away from your sit bones. Really ground yourself down into the mat, hands on either side of your legs. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, slowly start to walk yourself forward, keeping your spine nice and long, like there's a string pulling your chest towards your big toes. This is not a pose that we're coming into to see how deep we can go into it today, how far we can reach. We're not trying to attain anything here except relaxation and grounding. Forward folds are extremely relaxing for the mind and the body. So really enjoy this pose. You can straighten out your legs, keeping your spine nice and long, chin tucked. You don't want to stretch your chin out like this because you're really going to disrupt your breathing. Keep your chin tucked and breathe. And again, feel everywhere that your body is touching the earth. Nice, deep, slow breath. Really calming our nervous system down. On your next inhale, slowly walk yourself back up to sit. Take your time. Again, forward folds can make you a little dizzy, so move slowly and mindfully. Don't go too fast. We're not in a hurry. Go ahead and scoot your bottom down a little bit. Plant your feet on the mat and slowly roll down onto your back. Bring your knees in towards your chest and just rock a little bit from side to side, massaging your lower back. Now take your arms down into a T, and on an exhale, lower your knees over towards the right, taking your gaze over towards the left, if that's comfortable on your neck. If not, just keep looking up. It's okay. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and just breathe here. Again, feeling the earth underneath you supporting you. Inhale your knees back to center. Exhale, take them over to the other side, taking your gaze out over towards the right. Again, if that's comfortable on your neck. And breathe here. Bring your knees back into your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a big hug. Hug yourself like you would hug somebody that you love. That same energy. Release your feet back to the mat. Now we're going to take a very short Shavasana. So if you want a pillow, a blanket, anything you might want to make you more comfortable, please go ahead and grab it. Take your feet out as wide as your mat. Let your legs just fall open. Have your arms out by your side, palms facing up. Let's just do one more quick body scan. Feeling again everything that's touching the earth. Let's start with your heels. Feel where they touch the earth, the back of your calves. Let that soften. The back of your thighs and your glutes. Let them just relax. Your middle back, your upper back, your shoulders. Feel the earth underneath you and just let them soften. The backs of your upper arms all the way down to the backs of your hands. Let them relax. up the back of your neck. Let your jaw, your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, let those soften. All the way up your scalp and to the back of your head where it's resting on the earth. One more big breath in. Exhale and just drop. Stay in this Shavasana as long as you would like. If you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I encourage you to lay here and take your time. But if you're coming with me, slowly start to deepen your breath, coming back into your body. Bring some gentle movement into your fingers and your toes. Let them wiggle. Maybe move your ankles and your wrists around. Maybe even move your head from side to side if that's okay on your neck. Just slowly waking yourself back up. Take your arms overhead and do a big full body stretch. Go ahead and bring your feet to the mat. Bring your knees into your chest and slowly roll over to the right side. Letting your head rest on your right arm as a pillow. Take a couple of breaths here. Letting your body come back into balance. When you're ready, use your hand to slowly lift you back up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed if you can. If not, that's okay. Coming into Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Bring your legs into a comfortable cross-legged position. Move the flesh away from your sit bones. Get yourself nice and grounded down into your mat. Hands, palms facing down on your knees. Spine is long. Eyes closed if you're comfortable with that. Do a quick check. Are you feeling a little more grounded? Have you slowed down a little bit? Caught your breath? Put some of those pieces back together? I hope so. Go ahead and circle your hands together in front of your heart. I end all of my practices with gratitude, no matter how long or short of a practice. So thank your body for allowing you to experience meditation through movement. Thank your breath for giving you life. And thank yourself for doing something good just for you, for your mind and your body. Always remember to be unapologetically who you are and let your light shine bright. Namaste. Blink your eyes open and lift your head. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're feeling a little more grounded. See you guys later. Bye-bye.